This is the 48 Hawthorn that I built, and I used a Hawthorn frame from the frame up because it was affordable and I didn't want to use the Roadmaster frame that this tank came with. So what we've got is a 750 watt B-Fang motor on the front with an XCT Suntour hydraulic front end, or actually not hydraulic but spring downhill front end from like a mountain bike or something, adjustable. Got two torque arms on the front. Got two batteries, 10.5 amp hours each, so that's 21 amp hours. It's an oak chair I found in the alleyway I used to make the rear rack and the rear fender wood stay. Running Boshi tires, mountain bike tires from a while back in the 90s probably. They were brand new and they're very hard rubber, so they wear slowly. On the back we have a steel pipe collar holding the two sides of the frame, rear rack together, and it's notched into the frame so that it can't shift up or down. Hasn't moved since I've installed it. It's a 1921 Indian bicycle seat, long spring, and have all the parts except for a nut for the bolt. It has a leather repair here for where the hand would go. Very good shape, and it's a large eye on the front of the spring. We've got the sabvoton controller here, and then we have the B-Fang motor controller here. We can set either to whatever level of power we want, so we can adjust the front and the back, which is really helpful. And we've got a kill switch here to shut off regen, as well as we have the brake over here, Shimano for the front, and we have a Shimano for the back as well. 1500 watt motor running about 45 amps through the sabvoton with flux weakening. Made the 3D printed pedals. These are vintage pedals that were on the Roadmaster that I got, so I still have the old ones. Got all the original parts, the Roadmasters, the two of them. Added wood to the chain guard there. This is a daily rider, so it's not the cleanest bike. But torque arms on the back ×2, on the front ×2, very important, guys. And also your head bearings so that you don't break the front forks. On any of these old bikes from the 50s, it'll snap here if you go over bumps or if you lift the front wheel off with a motor on the front. So don't do that. And we've got the 48 volt light installed in this ball lamp, so it's very bright. 1 3/8 head tube, and you have to take out a little bit of the bearing race on the inside of this down tube head tube so that it'll clear 1 1/8 stem, and then you adjust it here. Pretty stock handlebars, both throttles hooked up to one, and the baskets for going to the flea market and buying stuff. I don't leave it locked too long though. And the other one, this is the 52 Roadmaster. This is the fast bike. This is about 75-80 kilometers an hour, and it has a sabvoton 45 amp controller as well. The rear axle locks are wrenches, adjustable wrench on one side and a wrench on the other side. Mozo forks from early mid-90s probably. Pretty strong forks. I don't really lift the front wheel up so much, so I'm not impacting it a lot on the headset, but it's a 1-inch headset fork, so it is a bit more fragile than the 1 1/8. The frame is the original Roadmaster frame and the original tank, and this bike I bought in Pennsylvania and then modified here. Has no motor on the front, so the battery, 20 amp hour 48 volt battery, runs the rear motor completely through the sabvoton. It does shut off, doesn't have enough amperage sometimes. It will cut off the controller, but it restarts really quickly, and I'll get a better battery for it eventually. This is an old rack battery type thing, just bagged up in some plastic and foam. The rear motor works really good. Fenders I bought used and then repainted. I have the original Roadmaster fenders for this. It's got a Troxel seat. Pretty uncomfortable if it's not set up properly. There's the controller, there's the kill switch, mirror, rear tail light and turn signals, and a bell, throttle there, and that's the Roadmaster. And I'm building these locally for people, but it started about $6,000 Canadian, $6,500 Canadian. And I spoke that rear wheel as well. That's a steel rim for extra durability. And there's also a steel rim on the farmer's bike for extra durability, going over bumps and being able to repair it if it gets dented. Pretty hard to fix a dented aluminum rim, so if you're going to put a big motor in it, you better put in a strong rim, nothing like a mountain bike rim. Anyways, have a good day, guys. See you later. Bye.